Hi, my name is Saikumar. Good afternoon to y'all for the UTSA Top Scholar Program, and this is my freshman year. So we're going to start off with some knowledge and academic endeavor. So how did I end up here? Something that I've done throughout a young age is work through FIRST Robotics, and that's something that really stimulated a passion for mechanical engineering within me, leading me to select my major. Recently, through involvements in other things which I will get to later, I have decided upon obtaining an aerospace engineering certificate as well. So classes at my first semester, that was kind of a mess. I don't think I went to a single 10 a.m. for the second half of last semester. Probably not the smartest thing, but had some pretty good highlights, I would say, specifically in the ethics class, where we did a lot of Arduino-based electronics projects. That's something that really opened my eyes into the world of computer science. We would learn C, Arduino C, and actually allowed me to take a class this semester, computer engineering, which I really hate, so. Classes were definitely challenging. There was one class in particular last semester as well called statics, which is a gateway engineering course, really physics heavy. Everything stands still, which makes it worse. So moving on, so professional development, there have been three primary things that I've involved myself in to professionally develop and have kind of locked in like my passion for mechanical engineering. I would say first is the laser spectroscopy and chemical propulsion lab under Dr. Pineda, which I have done I kind of feel that it is under the term side quest. I go to the lab and they give me something random to do. A PhD student will tell me, hey, I need you to do blank, blank, blank. And I'll be like, okay. And then the next day I'll go in and it'll be completely different, like what I have to do. So the first image right here is a counterweight system, which is probably the first things I designed using software at SolidWorks. This was really fun and I made a lot of mistakes, so they made me redo it like 3 times, but it really built character and I had to use keybinds for SolidWorks, so that was nice. So right here, so kind of covers it a little bit, but that's a PowerPoint slide. So typically when you work in a lab, or at least in our lab, they will require project updates that are put on a slideshow. And so this one actually was my first experience using Python. So I downloaded Python, blah, blah, blah. And I was able to create something that pulled data and made data different. So that was pretty cool. So the other organization I'm involved in for professional development is Quality of Life Plus. There's a biomedical engineering organization that works to change veterans' lives. So my project is actually not directly affiliated with a veteran, but rather by a professor who challenged another professor that he could not build a robotic arm in under $100. But us students, we said, we're going to do it anyway. And so we've tried to do that. And currently we're in the manufacturing stage of that. So all the way on the right there, kind of like a little 2-stage arm right there. That's something that I put together in a software called Onshape. And the design is to be like a foldable wheelchair arm for those who can't access, like, under tight spaces, or just something that allows them to, increase their mobility. The quality of life has been a really interesting experience because that was my first college club. So I just kind of like understood the structure of like how leadership works, kind of the expectations, the aspect of social, general meetings, and it just kind of got me accustomed to some of the other things I would be seeing later. And my ethics project, which I have a love-hate relationship with, I really like the class in terms of the fact that it is a project-based learning. However, my project is not really making me learn, rather making me suffer. And so right here is an electromagnetic levitator. So basically what it is it's supposed to make a magnet float. But as you can see over there, all the way on the right, that looks like a little bug. That's called an Arduino Nano. It's a little microcontroller. And I exploded one last week. So that wasn't very fun in the makerspace. There was a huge cloud of smoke. And it got me thinking, I really don't like electrical engineering, but that is something I need to better myself at. But the class has been super fun. There's an additional component called sumo cars, and there's an Arduino controller, and we're going to basically ram each other in an arena for cash prizes, but my car doesn't connect yet, so I got to work on my Bluetooth module. So yeah, these 3 things in terms of professional development have been really fun for me, but also I've learned a lot about myself and where my specific interests in mechanical engineering align. And so yeah, I was really, really excited to share these. And actually, lastly, going back to the lab, there's like a purple picture like right there. I don't know what it is yet, but that's something I'm supposed to be working on. What it actually is pretty much steering for a rocket. So it's called thrust vector control. So it's with like 2 like actuator thingies that are supposed to just go beep, 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 like for 15 degrees. And it's supposed to steer a rocket and keep it level, like in terms of like, there's wind, blah, blah, blah. But I am really, really excited to be doing that. That's something I've just started doing. And yeah. So service, one of my favorite parts of last semester and this semester. First, I'm gonna start off with Best Fest. Best Fest was an absolute blast working with the Top Scholar boba stand. I was able to create a lot of memories, and I realized that I was just so good at making boba that we just sold all of the boba. And it was just like, why wouldn't I be, you know? And so, I'd say one of my favorite things that we did on campus that is a Top Scholar requirement was adopt a spot. I was fortunate to have two legendary groups. Yeah, I've honestly like just legendary groups. Patrick, Catalina, and Ashley. We had a lot of really, really great memories doing our adopt a spot volunteering, and it was really fun. We picked up like, I don't know, I think we found like deer bones that we think Patrick might have eaten them. But additionally, we got Dutch Bros, we would hang out. Like it was really fun, and we were able to like pick up like a lot of trash. Like we had the bag full like almost every time. So it felt good to know that we were making an impact like on our like local area. Additionally, for the sophomore cohort project, we did some landscaping. That was really, really fun. As you can see right there, I'm posed up. I just stood like that for most of the time because I just wanted to like, no, it was, it was really, it was really, really fun. It was really nice to do landscaping and kind of, you know, put the siding on, lay down some mulch, and it was really nice to know we were making an impact on some of these little homes in the community. And my favorite that I've done is still in association with Top Scholar, but also something on my own time. I mentioned I've been heavily involved in FIRST Robotics from the age of 11, and I was able to go to three events back-to-back weekends, and I was able to take scholars along with me. The third weekend in that weekend was actually part of our freshman Top Scholar cohort project, which I was able to take 4 of my fellow scholars, and we drove all the way to Houston and were able to volunteer at one of these events. It was a really, really good experience because it was something I was incredibly passionate in, because I've done the robotics before. I know how stressful it is, and to, you know, be able to give back to the community that does so much for me, and also like bring along my friends and kind of just show them a little bit of who I am, that meant a huge deal to me. And lastly, I do continue mentoring my old robotics team. I am always constantly on the Slack channel, constantly giving kids advice, giving them lessons, and hopefully during the summer I'll administer some workshops. So some fun memories throughout the year. There have been a lot. I'm gonna start with the intramural sports. I had the opportunity to participate on the Top Scholar volleyball team, where I happily rode the bench for about 4 games. With the Terry basketball team, I would say it's the otherwise. I did drop 20 points in 1 game, but I did score 0 in the playoff game, so it really didn't matter. But it was really, really fun. I got to, you know, network with my my sister programs, and, you know, just really get to know everyone, and it was honestly some really, really great memories. Up there, that's me and my big in the program. Ashley, for those of you who don't know, Top Scholar has a big little program, and so that was a lot of fun. I think that was movie night. That was a lot of fun. And then they were doing some witchcraft, and I got scared. And it was great. Some great memories there. This is like one of the first socials. I don't remember exactly which social it was, but we're all just aura farming. I think we just needed to look up for like 1 picture, and it's just like, we definitely do look tough, so I don't think anyone needs to say otherwise. Which was brilliant. I had the opportunity I have a wonderful group of friends with across all 3 programs, and we went to 2 Spurs games. That right there is when it snowed, and yeah, I'm just mogging in the picture like as usual because I'm the tallest one to take a selfie. It was pretty fun. And lastly, in terms of you know, hanging out with the upperclassmen again, something that I've been incredibly thankful for. I got the opportunity to go with Catalina and Patrick to a very fine ice creamery called Handles. Pretty relaxed. It was really, really cool. They were able to give me a lot of advice, career, life, a lot of different things. I've just really appreciated like everything that this program has done for me. In terms of summer plans, I have the opportunity to go to Costa Rica with the Honors College. That is something that I'm really, really looking forward to. It centers on sustainability in a way, and I'm hoping that I can go and apply that to an engineering standpoint. I have like a really, really strong opposition to EVs, so I hope that this maybe will make me more of a green person, but Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. The fact that it's in the middle of a forest and the fact that we get to do all these really, really cool things. I've heard phenomenal things about the program. And it's actually funny because Costa Rica has been somewhere where I've been wanting to travel since I was in second grade. In my school, the seventh and eighth graders, they used to go to Costa Rica and Mexico, and it would alternate every single year. And I never got to go because the COVID-19 pandemic had hit. And now, in some way, shape, or form, the opportunity has circled back to me. So I'm really, really thankful that I get to participate in this program. Another thing that I'm super excited for is to be working full time in the laser spectroscopy and chemical propulsion lab here at UTSA under Dr. Pineda. The project that I'm specifically going to be working on is a rocket test stand. I'm not too sure about the exact details of it because it is like right under what they call a classified project. So they call it CUI. So wait, controlled unclassified information. And so I think it's fun about like the Department of Defense, and it's something really, really I'm looking forward to because there's going to be a lot of opportunities for me to work with PCBs, control testing, a lot of software stuff, which I'm not too familiar with, but I really want to get involved in. Roadrunner cricket. I'm really good at cricket, and UTSA should be too. So that's my goal on that. So one of my friends, he created the club, and we are hopefully by, I think, September, looking to participate in actual intercollegiate tournaments. And it's gonna be really, really, it's gonna be really, really fun. Something I'm definitely looking forward to. I mean, cricket has been a sport, and not only a sport, it has been a part of my culture that has been carried with me throughout the age of 6, I would say. And for me to be able to spread that around UTSA, do outreach events, recruit members, and train with my friends over the summer, that's something I'm really looking forward to. And lastly, going back to the service event, something that I will be doing a lot of this summer is mentoring workshops and facilitating robotics workshops, particularly in control systems and technical writing and presentation. I'm really looking forward to that as there are a lot of like my friends still on the team, those who I was on the team with and those who I kind of grew up with. And when they're recruiting new members, like STEM is something that it's just, it's really, really hard to like access STEM learning and STEM resources, especially in the San Antonio area. And I feel that through a network such as FIRST, I feel that doing workshops, reaching out and teaching kids, that can be something that's extremely impactful. And I hope to not only impact my old high school team, but other teams across the local San Antonio area. So now I'm going to talk about my plans for fall 25 and the spring 26 semester. Some locks I have a very tough engineering course load. I mean, engineering is a really hard major, and I have 5 core classes along with a lab that are going to be tough, and it's just the reality of it. But perseverance is key. I'm going to power through, and I'm scared, but we got that. Another thing I wish to do is continue my research in the LSCPL lab. I think this summer is going to kind of create a concrete understanding of what I want to specialize in exactly, because right now I'm just like, okay, aerospace, okay, electrical, okay, this is cool, this is cool, this is cool. But after the summer, working on the project, trying out a bunch of different things, I think in the fall semester I can come in with a specific goal and hopefully start my own project or continue working with some of the PhD students. I am thrilled to announce that I'll be partaking as the TSSO Public Relations Director, kind of taking my Big's position and kind of just carrying the reins from there. That's something I'm really excited for. I wanted to just post a bunch of pictures of Fabian, but they told me I wasn't allowed to do that. But I think it'll be really, really interesting to take kind of a management side to things, because I haven't really participated in like a leadership position in a club yet, and I think this is going to be my first experience doing that in college. So I'm a little nervous as to how that's going to be, but I'm really, really looking forward to it. Something else that, again, I'm going to continue doing part-time robotics mentor. In the fall, the season will start for a lot of the kids, and I wish to be there for them, volunteer at events, and see kind of where that takes me, and build relationships with the new students. That way, you know, you can foster connections throughout not just the school, but the school district. And so some goals I have for fall 25 and also for spring 2026, I've applied to be a Classic College ambassador. It sounds really, really cool in the way that we get to interact with future engineers. We get to do community service, kind of represent the university and the wonderful Classic College. They have done so much for me throughout this semester and last semester. been super friendly. The staff have been amazing. The support has just been wonderful, and I wish to kind of give back in a way. Another goal I have is to pursue Roadrunner cricket. If all the stars align and we can get everything together, I think we're going to have a wonderful season traveling around Texas and playing the wonderful sport. Kind of something silly, but I've been really interested in that I want to bring back is making a Project RC drag car. So what you can do with a normal RC car with some of these industrial things is you can pretty much drop the suspension and you can make it go super duper fast in a straight line. And that would require some engineering, electrical skills, and some, I guess, artwork if you want to make it look pretty. And so that's something I really wish to do, hopefully with my enrichment funding in these next few semesters, and create a product that can go. I think I want to reach 80 miles per hour. So that's like a goal that I have. I've grew up with it in Michigan, and a lot of my best friends, we used to play with them a lot. But that's something I'm looking to get back into and hopefully use some of my new engineering skills to apply. Another organization which I'd love to get involved in is the Robotics and Automation Society, RAS. I've had a lot of shenanigans with them throughout last semester and this semester, but I realized that through EPICS and through some other things that electrical engineering is a place where I really want to improve, and I really want to understand how schematics and like wiring, how all that works. And I think RAS is the perfect place for me to do that. And I really look forward to working with them more, as we have a scholar who's an officer now, so that's going to be really fun. And lastly, I would like to grade for a math class, particularly, hopefully, linear algebra or multivariable calculus. I have had the opportunity to have a wonderful professor for that class, and to be a grader, to kind of develop a better relationship with the professor, get a lot of advice in mechanical engineering. I think that'd be a really good outcome. Right. So some final remarks in regards. I wanted to thank everyone. I'm extremely grateful to be a part of this program, specifically to the special program staff. Y'all have been wonderful. Y'all have been amazing. I come into the GSR, I rant Fernando's ear off, and it's nice. It's nice. And no matter what I say, he always gives me the support and the advice that I need, and it's just been really nice. I look forward to those one-on-ones like every month, because I'm like, what am I going to tell him now? But, yeah. Another one in particular is upperclassmen top scholars. I think something neat that we have in this community is the fact that we have upperclassmen who've done all of this before. And to have these people that we can reach out to and receive advice, that has, I think, been one of the most beneficial things. It's been, I don't know, it's awesome. Like to just go to the GSR, like, I see Patrick, he tutored me on statics. I mean, big shout out, like he got me through a lot of my tests. It's really nice. I don't think enough words can describe the importance of having a support system. And not just the upperclassmen, but the freshmen as well. We have done a lot of silly stuff in WAD, and it's been wonderful. I've made so many good memories. It's nice to be surrounded by these like-minded people. They're of all different backgrounds, all different cultures, and who are absolutely hilarious, really fun to hang out with. And lastly, my friends and family, my friends who might be watching this on Zoom, in Austin and Dallas and everywhere. And additionally, my family, my brother, my mom, my dad. Without them, I would not be where I am today. Thank you so much for y'all's time. Thank you for listening to me. Do you have any questions?
So before I offer any commentary, I want you to look at the room, right? Look how many people are here to watch you. That speaks a lot to you. I want you to take that in. It's been a pleasure getting to advise you this year. You, as I said here, you're a uniter, right? And you can really see that. You're very funny too, which helps, keep me young with Gen Z brain rot words. It's funny when you kind of come into my office, and so I really just appreciate, and it's been a very successful year, and so really excited to see you take on the mantle with your first leadership position within TSSO, and then kind of talk a little bit more about what you did in Costa Rica. So it's just going to be very, sorry, I'm like blanking, but it's been a very successful year, so congratulations.
To echo Yeah, absolutely. To echo what Fernando said, it's been a real joy getting to know you and seeing your accomplishments and seeing them filed in a presentation like this. And I'm excited to see what the future holds for you in the next few years. Yeah.
Okay. I think that you are someone who is just so, it's like Fernando just said, like there are so many people who gravitate to you, and so I just want you to know that like you have, a lot of us, we're so thankful for you for letting us be part of your journey and for bringing us along with you as you accomplish things. You are really one of the smartest people I've ever met. You blow me away so often with what you're able to accomplish, your academic prowess, how you've been able to achieve your goals. Everyone in QL Plus is always so shocked to find out that you're a freshman because of your level of knowledge and your ability to take on complex projects, and you don't say no to things, you figure out how you can do them. And so I just want you to know, like, I know you're nervous about next semester and your courses, but just don't be afraid of that. You can do it all. You will do it all. As you taught me, you know, you're the slime, you're the goat, you can do whatever you want to do. And so we're all so proud of you, and I hope you have a blast in Costa Rica.
Real quick, dude, first off, statics first semester, freshman year, and like doing as well as you did is crazy. I like seriously struggled with it much later in my college journey, so that's super impressive. All of the stuff you've done, man, like I just hope you, I don't know, I feel like sometimes we like forget to recognize where we are, and like the fact that you've got like the propulsion lab, technical club, you're already taking advanced coursework and you're killing it. And beyond all that, dude, like you're just a good guy. You're really thoughtful and you really care about people. And you know, that's the most important thing. So.
I'll echo that. All of us here recognize and appreciate your ambitions, and also you have like a really good sense of humor, and it's awesome.
Well, I'm just glad we got put together this, for a big little program. I know you had mentioned that, like, you see me as a support system, but I think you're like my support system sometimes, because, as the semester goes on, I got caught up in the school and like other stuff. So for you to check on me, it was kind of like, it meant a lot to me at that time. Yeah, I hope like the first weeks of freshman year, like I hope you didn't find like me taking pictures of you weird when you were walking around campus. But I think like at the end of the day, it was meant to be, you and me against the war for real. So I appreciate that.
Sure, it's been a pleasure getting to know you. I was not expecting to get as close as we got on the spot. You're like my little brother. I'm like 5 years older than you. But I really look up to you. I really, really admire you, and I love our conversations and just getting to know you and being part of your journey. I'm very proud of you beyond your academics, which are very impressive. But you as a guy, as a person, you're very resilient, and I can't wait to go to Michigan and tell you about it.
There's not really much I can add, but it's been really amazing to see like how much you've done. I unfortunately have not been able to spend that much time with you this year, but it's incredible to see how much you've done just as a freshman. And I really just want to thank you for like all the kids that look up to you. There's so many kids who look up to you, not just for engineering, but the way you carry yourself, the confidence, your humbleness, just the way that you are during like the robotics events. These kids really, really look up to you. So thank you for mentoring them.
Anyone online want to say anything? Is there anyone online?
They're talking. Oh, some people outside.
She says, great job, Eshwar. All right.